Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shetler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
Get ready, because Tyler Richardson and the High Bank Boys are coming to Sigourney on Saturday, April 26th at Enchanted Events, 20595 255th Street, just south of Sigourney. Order your tickets online by going to enchantedeventsvenue.com or find the Enchanted Events Facebook page for the ticket links. There are 3 different ticket options: general admission, VIP, or reserve. Doors open at 7 and the cash bar and band starts at 8. It's Tyler Richardson and the High Bank Boys, Saturday, April 26th at Enchanted Events, just south of Sigourney. Bras for a Cause 2025 is Saturday, April 12th at the Carl Craft Civic Center in Hedrick. Dinner is provided by Bubba-Q's at 4:30. There's a free will donation, plus a silent auction from 4:30 to 9 p.m. And of course, the live bra auction starts at 6 p.m., modeling by the Hedrick Volunteer Firemen. All proceeds to benefit our local communities. For more information about Bras for a Cause 2025, contact Lori Hornback at 641-777-4252. The Keswick Tavern is the place to be this Saturday night, April 12th, as singer-songwriter Kenny Falls will have an acoustic show from 8 to 11 p.m. And there's no cover charge. The Keswick Tavern is located at 117 South Irons in Keswick, Iowa. Meet your friends this Saturday night at the Keswick Tavern from 8 to 11 for singer-songwriter Kenny Falls. We hope to see you there. All right, welcome in. We are doing the Iowa Music Showcase. We are live at Barn Wired. We've got a great crowd. How are you guys doing today? Yeah! We do this every Friday from 11:30 to noon here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, and YouTube. We're going to be hanging out with Mr. Maxwell Schaeffer here momentarily. No applause yet. You can't clap yet. You got to wait till we officially introduce him. But you can give it up for Mrs. Amanda Snakenberg, owner, entrepreneur extraordinaire, owner of Barn Wired. Amanda, what's happening here at Barn Wired?
Today we have crab cakes and rice for the lunch special. Our sandwich of the week is Philly on pita, and then our soup is taco soup. Next week, turkey BLT on croissant. I'm excited for that one. And it's cheeseburger chowder, which is one of my favorite soups. So, next week, I will be celebrating 10 years in business.
Wow.
So we will have a kickoff party on Thursday night here from 5 to 9. And then Friday, we'll have cake. Cake. Yes. And then we'll be running other sales and deals for all of our customers, because obviously I wouldn't be where I am today without all of you. So there will be other things coming soon. So that's what I got, Steve.
Now don't go. You're doing, you got like a couple of days of interviews for people, right?
Yes. Yes, Monday. 10 to 2, I do believe, 8 to 2. I can't remember now. Yes. We are doing open interviews because we just continue to get busier and busier. And, of course, we added more hours. Our Sunday and Thursdays, they've been phenomenal, but we need some more help. So, yes, come see us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Neil's waving his hand over there.
Neil's going to apply. He's going to be a barista. It'll be awkward, but it'll be okay.
I'm unemployed. I might have to come down here.
Just make the trip down. So, thank you, Amanda. So, all right. Now let's officially introduce Mr. Maxwell Schaeffer. Now there you go.
Thank you.
No paparazzi right now, please. Maxwell Schaeffer, how you doing?
I am well, thank you. Appreciate this invite.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, this is going to be fun. And, we shoot to go to about noon, but if we go till 1 today, it just might, I don't know.
I'm here all day.
Maxwell Schaeffer. So if people don't know who you are, go ahead and give a brief explanation.
To talk about myself?
Yes.
You got to do your homework, Steve. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm a almost 40-year resident of Iowa and have been on the radio for decades. And that career ended a little over a year ago, and I'm sort of semi-retired, doing a whole bunch of different things, and including music, reviving some music. Yep.
Yeah. So us both being former radio guys, we could just jabber on and on about that. Yeah. So we'll touch on radio. You're also a podcaster now.
I do. I just have a weekly podcast. It's called Maxwell's Iowa Coffee Cast. And one of the things I loved about radio, and I know you're excellent at this, is just having conversations with people. Yeah. And in the podcast world, it's the Wild West out here. You can do anything you want. And so it's just fun to sit down over a cup of coffee with people that have interesting stories.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And it's just, finding those interesting guests and kind of picking their brains and
exactly
pulling the stories out of them.
Who would have guessed people like to just sit and listen to people have a conversation? How about that?
Exactly. It's the beauty of podcasts, listening in your car, going down the road. Again, Maxwell Schaeffer hanging out with us. So you're from Des Moines, right?
We moved to Des Moines in 1986. I met my lovely wife. We just celebrated our 40th wedding anniversary.
Hey, congratulations.
And, thank you. Can't believe she's put up with me, but I met her in Texas, actually, in my very first full-time radio job in the early 80s. I met her, and we got married down there. Came up to Iowa in 86 for a radio gig, and I've been here ever since. So I'm from Pennsylvania originally.
Okay.
So,
All right. Do you want to talk about your radio experience?
Sure.
All right.
Gosh.
So what stations here in Iowa would people have heard you on
I
previously?
started out on KDWZ back in the day, and then it became KIOA.
Okay.
They moved KIOA to the FM. Remember, it used to be on AM, right? Legendary Dick Youngs, right?
Oh, yeah.
Got to work with him. And what's interesting was we were a top 40 / sort of rock station at KDWZ, and they decided that they couldn't sell younger demos. This is all radio stuff here. And so
I'm about the advertising.
Right. I'm still in my 20s, and so they decided to put KIOA on the FM. And so they fired all of us, right? Gave us a little severance check, and I'm like, okay, I got to look for another radio job, but, whatever, you're young in radio, you just figure it out, right? So, but I was running out of money looking for another job, and I called them and said, can I come in and work on a weekend shift? Do you have an opening or just something on KIOA that I can just get a little extra cash? And they said, yeah, well, actually, our Saturday afternoon guy can't come in. Would you come in? And so I'm in my 20s, and I'd worked top 40 radio. I came in, did the afternoon show. Halfway through the afternoon show, they said, we need a full-time afternoon guy on KIOA. We didn't think you could do oldies. And so I stayed, and then under that previous ownership, I broke away, did a little country music in Des Moines for a couple of years, and then like young country format, and then came back to KIOA under the new ownership and was there for 28 years. And then I went to WHO radio for a couple of years.
Okay.
And so I put a good 42 years in, and now I have a little free time.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And of course, the people are like, "Well, why'd you leave WHO?" You did a podcast on that.
I did. We
don't need to get into it.
We were let go for whatever reasons. Part of it was just. You have to be authentic, Steve. You know that.
Yeah.
You did it. You're still doing it. You have to be who you are. So, you want to be. You want to be your best you, and so if you're asked not to be your best you and try to be something different, and you push back a little bit, and that happens. But that's the business. It's crazy, a crazy world. I don't regret anything.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's cool. Yeah, great career in radio. And what I put a post up with your song that you sent me for this week.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
put that up last night, and I just hit the old, use the Google machine to put your name in, and I didn't realize that you're actually in the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I am. That was a surprise and wonderful honor. I'm not in there for my music. I'm in there for my radio.
All right.
And so I don't want to. I mean, I have great respect for some of these great Iowa artists and bands and our favorite high school band stuff that are in there. But I'm in there for radio. So
right.
yeah.
So you weren't a rock and roller. I mean, you did. All right. So let's transition now the conversation to music.
Oh, sure.
So when did the music start up for you?
Well, when I was 13 years old, my brother was in the Air Force. He's about 9 years older than me. He and his buddies took a little leave and went into Mexico. I don't know what they did there, but he came home with a tattoo and a guitar. And he left that back home in Pennsylvania when he moved off, when he was stationed then in Germany. And so I picked up the guitar about 13 years old, and I started figuring out how to play it and bought some songbooks like with the band America and, the Eagles, and learned how to play several chords or whatever, and that's how you get it going. And then all of a sudden I'm like, but I also kind of write poetry, and maybe I can put a poem to a song. Yeah. And all of a sudden I thought, I think I can do this. So that's kind of when I started doing it. And I really performed a lot, was in little acoustic duos and trios and stuff up until I was about 21 years old, and then I sort of abandoned it. I always wrote music and played, but just for myself.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we're going to chat more with Maxwell Schaeffer coming up here on the Iowa Music Showcase. Again, we're live at Barn Wired. Get in here for some lunch, some drinks on this beautiful Friday. You got your guitar? Let's do song number one of the day.
All right.
What's the song? Any stories behind it?
This is a song that I wrote in January. We had a young friend who's gone through some troubles in their young life and making some mistakes that we all made in our young life. And so, when you get old like me, you start to try to think you can impart wisdom. But I don't like to impart unsolicited wisdom. But I can write a song and play it for them. And I played this song for them, and they didn't even know it was about them. So
Maxwell,
this is, it's called Little Lesson.
All right, this is Maxwell Schaeffer on our Iowa Music Showcase.
Thank you. So you found a brand new flame and you turned up the heat. Thought finally your dream of love wasn't lost in your sleep. The fire died and your hopes were fried, another heartbreak to keep. A little blind and reckless, another little lesson. Let the little lesson last the rest of your life. If you get a little reckless, recollect and apply. Another little lesson, another tear that you'll cry. Another way you'll be tested. Another little lesson. You took all your money, you put it on your sure thing. Convinced that you couldn't lose when you jumped in that ring. You were out for the count before you could take a swing. So naive and defenseless, another little lesson. Let the little lesson last the rest of your life. When you get a little reckless, recollect and apply. Another little lesson, another tear that you'll cry. Another way you'll be tested. Another little lesson. Add them all up, build a little wisdom and wild. Fill a little cup full, pour into the ocean of life. Another little lesson. Sing it one more time with me. Let the little lesson last the rest of your life. When you get a little reckless, recollect and apply. Another little lesson, another tear that you'll cry. Another way you'll be tested. Another little lesson. Another little lesson.
Hey, there we go.
Thank you.
Maxwell Schaeffer here on the Iowa Music Showcase. Again, we're live at Barnwired. We're going to let Neil get back in place. He's directing and producing today. Neil, let's take our minute-and-a-half break on Facebook and YouTube, and we'll be back with more from Barnwired with Maxwell Schaeffer on the Showcase.
Build it together. Build it with Valley Lumber.
Are you building a new house or maybe wanting to do a remodel? Come check out our showroom at Valley Lumber and Hardware's Eddyville location. Cook kitchen cabinets, masonite interior doors, and more. Not sure what you want? Let us help with the design and layout of your new kitchen or remodel. At Valley Lumber and Hardware, we can help with any room in the house, from lumber for building to shower enclosures, paint, and more. Choose Valley Lumber and Hardware with locations in Eddyville and Albia.
Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider. And Oski Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Oski Dental.
Looking for more than just a job? Find a career where you make a difference right in your community.
What I appreciate about First Resources is our dedication to innovation, always looking for ways to expand programming and offer greater opportunities for our staff and everyone involved.
First Resources staff are amazing. They're committed and they are motivated and they are fierce advocates to help clients meet their goals.
If you're ready to join a team committed to making a difference, apply online and join us at First Resources.
Hey, we are back here live at Barnwired in Sigourney for the Iowa Music Showcase. We're hanging out with Maxwell Schaeffer on this Friday. And now, Max, you've got songs out there, like you said, you're kind of done with radio now, so you've got more time to pursue other interests like this singing and guitar playing, which, by the way, fantastic job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, so before we get into, we're going to talk about recording. Before we do that, before I forget, did I see that you also do stage stuff? Like you're on stage? Do you do acting and some plays and stuff like that?
I've done a lot of theater in Des Moines, so Des Moines Playhouse and Iowa Stage, places like that. So I've been really fortunate to have some really good roles in musical theater, and I've directed some shows. And in my younger days, I did a lot of on-stage stuff. I can't play those, debonair leads anymore. I'm too old. But I can play like somebody's uncle or something, or somebody's grandpa.
Uncle Maxwell.
Right. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Well, I tell you what, you were hitting some pretty high notes on that last song. So
thank you. It's my allergy season. I was surprised I got those.
That was very impressive. So
dubious. For me, when I write songs, I write songs, I hear like other people singing them. I hear, famous artists imagine that they want to play and record my songs. So that's what I do. So that's kind of, my songwriting has always been about trying to find an interesting idea and turn it into something somebody would want to sing. So
now, all right. So in your mind, who would have been singing that last song?
That would be any myriad of contemporary country artists or maybe Christian artists, something like that.
Sure.
I write stuff. I mean, I can do a song for you that I wrote for Neil Diamond.
Oh yeah. Neil was named after Neil Diamond.
You were? Well, I didn't plan to do this one, but let's see if I can remember it. So when I was 14 years old, my mom, there were two artists that I could listen to records with my mom.
All right.
Neil Diamond and Glenn Campbell.
Okay.
Okay? She is a huge fan, and she bought me a ticket to see Neil Diamond. My mom worked nights. She was a waitress. I grew up in a blue-collar family. And I lived about half a mile from the arena in my hometown, Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And Neil Diamond was playing. She bought me a ticket to go. And I went. And it was one of the first concerts that I ever saw. I just walked to the arena. And I don't know if you've ever seen him in his early days, but it was my first experience seeing a singer-songwriter in a big stadium or, in an arena setting like that, just have the audience in the palm of his hands. I was so amazed by that. And I thought, how could I do that, And I'm doing it right now here at Barn Wire.
The Barn Wired Arena that we're in right now.
And so I left that concert, and I had my little guitar, and at that time, I knew like 4 or 5 chords, and that was it, right? And so I thought, I want to write a song that Neil Diamond would sing for his fans at a concert. And so at that point, I wrote a chorus for it, and I didn't really know how to build it out. But by the time I was about 16 or 17, I had built out this whole song. So and so I imagined that someday he would sing it. And, sadly, I don't think he can sing anymore. I know, he's still with us, fortunately, but he struggles. So anyway, this is I didn't plan to do this, so hopefully I remember.
Impromptu.
So this is literally a 50-year-old song.
Nice.
It's new to you.
Yeah. Once again, Maxwell Schaeffer.
It's called What I Owe.
All right.
There isn't time to thank all who helped me arrive, but I swear as long as I'm alive, I will try to repay what I owe. With sweet melodies, I will sing of my deep gratitude for all that you've done and for all that you'll do to see this dream through. You will sing with me, I will live through you. You have been there through the ebb and the flow. When we're together, we will make music. Then and there I'll repay what I owe. You never sway when my best and my worst was replayed. It is your constant light that's been guiding my way down this road that I'm on. You will sing with me, I will live through you. You have been there through the ebb and the flow. So when we're together, we will make music. Then and there I'll repay what I owe. And what I owe can't be counted or measured. In that moment when we are together, you will find a heart filled with treasure. You will sing with me, I will live through you. You have been there through the ebb and the flow. And when we're together, we will make music. Then and there I'll repay what I owe.
Maxwell Schaeffer here on our Iowa Music Showcase. Again, we're live at Barn Wired in Sigourney. Fantastic. Were you guys imagining Neil Diamond singing that song?
It's his song if he wants it.
Just donate it. Good stuff. All right, so before we take a commercial break, back to what we were originally going to talk about coming out of the last commercial break, recording. So where do you record your songs at?
So I've recorded a few songs with Craig Willoughby, who was actually here. He was accompanying Joel Baker when he came in on your show.
Yeah.
Craig has a studio called Chocolate Box in Grimes, Iowa, and so he's a fantastic musician. So I can bring a song in my limited musicianship, and he can add all the wonderful flourishes and produce it up. So I have a few songs. In fact, the first song I sang today, we were recording background vocals on it last night with a couple of friends.
Oh, great.
Fantastic female harmony singers. So yeah, and then I record in my little never known basement studio kind of thing. So
Yep. No, so a shout out to Craig, a friend of the show, and as you mentioned, he's been on the show before.
Great guy.
Super talented guy. He works with you, with Joel, Jason Brown, Robert Deitch, I think.
Yes.
Absolutely.
A whole bunch of he's kind of loves to record singer-songwriters.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
So Craig, hope to see you again soon if you're watching. We're hanging out with Maxwell Schaeffer. We've got another commercial break coming up, and we'll get another song. We'll do some random questions with Maxwell coming up. Again, we're live at Barn Wired. Stop in for some lunch, some coffee, some drinks, whatever you want on this
When do the
Friday.
crab cakes
And
come?
the crab cakes. Get in here for some crab cakes. Just don't be crabby.
Yeah.
Don't be a crab cake with us. Stay tuned. More coming up here on the Iowa Music Showcase. The mission of Essence of Life Hospice is to provide comprehensive, coordinated care to individuals with life-limiting illnesses and to their families, and to support them in the process of death and bereavement. Our goal is to provide palliative care that addresses the physical, psychological, and spiritual dimensions of service for the terminally ill as an integrated whole. We pride ourselves on providing the highest quality care and are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, visit essencehospice.com. Why choose Lifetime Dental? The legacy and experience of 30 years. Cutting-edge technology. Advanced education in pediatrics. Orthodontics. And restorative dentistry. A one-of-a-kind experience for the whole family. But most of all, we're compassionate doctors who are here to listen to your concerns and use our expertise to help. For all things dental, think Lifetime Dental. The mission of Essence of Life Hospice is to provide comprehensive, coordinated care to individuals with life-limiting illnesses and to their families, and to support them in the process of death and bereavement. Our goal is to provide palliative care that addresses the physical, psychological, and spiritual dimensions of service for the terminally ill as an integrated whole. We pride ourselves on providing the highest quality care and are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, visit essencehospice.com. All righty, welcome back in. We are live at Barn Wired for the Iowa Music Showcase, and we're hanging out with Maxwell Schaeffer today. Maxwell, are you ready for 5 random questions?
Uh-oh.
This is just off the top of your
Who's
head.
asking?
No deep thinkers.
Okay, all right.
Just whatever pops in. So we do have, on Steve Shetler Media, we do have a weekday question of the day. Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Goes up at noon, so it's going to go up here in a couple of minutes. Our question of the day today is, what is your favorite weekend activity?
Oh. Hanging with grandkids.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
How many grandkids do you have?
We have 4 now.
Okay. Are they all
6 and under?
Do they all live right around?
They do.
Okay.
We're just blessed to have my boys and their wives and our grandkids like all within 10 minutes of us.
Oh, nice.
It's just like it's a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's great.
All right. Question number 2. We'll just go down the list here. If Maxwell Schaeffer, no, you can't look. You trying to cheat? You trying to cheat over there? If Maxwell Schaeffer could have a superpower, Super Schaeffer, what would it be and why? So it's a 2-in-1 question. What would it be?
If I had it, my superpower would be if I would be a really fantastic fiddler. I have such great respect for people that can play other instruments and are really good, or maybe saxophonist or right? Something like that. I would be a superpower other instrument musician.
Would your fiddlership ward off enemies and others like super
I'll
villains?
tell you play a good fiddle. I mean, the devil went down to Georgia. Look what happened there.
All right.
Right.
Question 3. What's your favorite comfort food?
Oh, don't get me started.
Yeah, crab cakes.
I grew up in the East Coast, so crab cakes are a big deal there. I would say my favorite comfort food would have to be potato chips cooked in lard. Raise your hand.
That sounds like something that you could get at the state fair.
They are hard to
Lard chips.
find. They are hard to find, and I mean, look, if somebody wants to open up a potato chip company and the 3 ingredients are potatoes, salt, and lard, put my name on it. I'll help you market it.
Sounds healthy, too.
Well, maybe healthier than, I don't know, whatever else they fried in, but the point is, yeah, good kettle cooked to homemade potato chips. Oh, yeah.
You need to get yourself an Iowa State Fair food stand.
Yeah,
Max's lard chips.
You know how much work that is. And I'm not a lazy person, but I'll tell you what, you would sell out. You would.
Fresh lard. You'd just mix up the lard. I don't know anything about lard, but you can mix up the lard right there.
In my early radio days, you probably remember this when you were young. You could drink a 6-pack of Coke and eat a bag of chips on your shift, and you didn't put any weight on. And so it was a bag of potato chips and cooked in lard and 6-pack of Coke. I was golden. I can't do that now, of course, but yeah.
Just have a bowl of hot lard. You could just...
You don't see the lard.
I get stupid sometimes, Maxwell, so in case you didn't know that.
That's all right. Bowl of lard. That sounds like the name of a band.
Ladies and gentlemen, Maxwell Schaeffer and the Bowl of Lard.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you. Question 4. If you could have any other job other than radio, musician, or podcaster, what would it be? What would be your 4th job?
I find there's an activity that I do that I would do this if there was a job for me. Breaking down cardboard boxes. It is like therapeutic. It's just give me an X-Acto knife, wear some gloves, and just break down cardboard boxes. I mean, my wife gets so much stuff from Amazon.
Yeah. I hear you.
It's just a pleasure on recycle day to, I don't know. Maybe, is there a job for just that? I don't know.
Maybe here in Sigourney we can hire you to do that. Maxwell's box tearing down, yeah, along with your lard chips. And then question 5. Let's see here. I have a few options here. I'm looking through the best one. What's a book that has changed your perspective?
Oh, wow. So there's a book out by, I used to read a lot of science fiction when I was young.
Okay.
And then I kind of got into history and sort of self-improvement stuff like that. I would say, there's so many books that I've read. Actually, there's a new book out, and it's by my cousin, and it's called the Murder Writes Itself. It's a really great murder mystery book.
All right.
So I'm going to give my cousin a plug.
There you go.
Connie Froman Davis. I do like murder mysteries. Okay. Those are kind of cool, too. So, yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. All right.
Okay.
5 random questions with Maxwell Schaeffer. Nice job. Before we go any further, where can people find more of you online?
Oh, well, thank you. Look, I have this podcast, so look for Maxwell's Iowa Coffee Cast. Just put in Iowa Coffee Cast. It'll show up somewhere. And I've got I'm about 40 episodes in. And then my music is all on the streamers. So anytime I write a song and record it, I just release it. And so it's out there under Maxwell Schaeffer on Spotify or wherever, if you enjoy it. For me, as a guy who's 66 years old, bringing this music back my music back out for me
Yeah.
and bringing it to people. I have no expectations. There's so many talented Iowa singer-songwriters, and I'm not going to just like say, look at me, I'm a former radio guy, songwriter. So I'm just trying to put my stuff out there, and I welcome opportunities to perform. And so I do have one coming up on April 27th at XBK in Des Moines. I'm opening for a guy named Chip Albright, who you might want to have on your show. He's an Americana singer, very John Prine-like, very fantastic guy. So when I can get out and perform some of the stuff, I will.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I know we've got the Watch Here Opera House over in Watch Here. I'm thinking you should play there. So people at the Watch Here Opera House, if we've got connections here.
I spent a lot of time in my youth playing in taverns and stuff back on the East Coast, and when nobody was really listening because they were all drinking and loud and stuff. So, I just played a lot of cover tunes. So it's really fun to be able to play original music for a crowd that's listening. I love that. So
Yeah. Well, hopefully maybe we can get you hooked up here in Southeast Iowa.
Well, I'll be there.
All right.
Let me know when.
Have we missed anything? Do we need to touch on anything
I don't know.
before we wrap this up with your last song?
I don't know.
So we've hit lardships. We've hit books.
How much time do we have? No, just kidding.
Let's do one more song, and then we'll call it good. I'm smelling the food in the air here at Barn
I can smell
Wired.
it, too. I can smell it, too.
I don't know if it's lardships or not, but I won't let that go.
I'm telling you, we need to make those. So let me sing a song here that I actually just wrote this about 2 weeks ago, so hopefully I'll remember the words under pressure. I don't know if any of you do you have farming in your background? Raise your hand, or
Sure,
a little
that's
bit.
a big thing here in Southeast
How about
Iowa.
do you grow vegetables in a garden? Do you have a garden? Yeah. So you can relate to this. Then I'm not. Didn't grow up on a farm, but my mom was farm stock and one of 10 farm kids. And so she always had a vegetable garden. And so when I bought a house years and years ago, I thought I'm gonna make my own vegetable garden. I learned the hard way. So one of the things I'm doing is I'm driving down here on 163 and I see the sprayers out and people are getting their soil ready and for planting. Is you do that in your garden too.
Yep.
So last fall I planted winter rye. I thought I'm going to do a little cover crop. Okay. It's a magic annual grass. It grows in this fall and then goes dormant when it's 10 below and then comes back. And so before it gets woody, you turn it over into the soil, and then 6 weeks later, it's like compost, and it feeds the soil. So when I'm in the garden grunting and groaning with a shovel, my mind wanders, and I start thinking of songs. And so never let a good metaphor go to waste when you're a songwriter.
Yeah.
And so I'm in the garden. There's lots of great metaphors in a garden. So I wrote this song, and it's called Turning the Winter Rye. And I apologize if I screw up because I really just wrote this song. So,
once again, Maxwell Schaeffer here on the Showcase.
Oops. The soul. Let me start over again. Ah!
That did not just happen. Just hold up the Men in Black.
This is live, right? Yeah. See if I can remember this. Your soul is soil. Your hope is rain. Your seed is truth. The spade's your pain. You tend your plot. You tend your plot. And rebuild your strength, turning the winter rye. Here we go, yeah. The soil is fed. You plant your seed. Your hope remains. Then the skies turn green. You feed your flock. You store your prize. In return to plant your winter rye. December blows. You see the rye poke through the milky snow, and much to your surprise, when April's thaw arrives, your soul revives, just like the winter rye. Your soul is soil, your hope is rain, your seed is truth, the spade's your pain. You feed your flock when the sun gets high, and rebuild your strength, turning the winter rye. Turning the winter rye, turning the winter rye. Thank you.
Maxwell Schaeffer here on our Iowa Music Showcase. Have we enjoyed today, you guys? Has this been good stuff?
Thank you. Thank you. You're very kind.
Maxwell, I expected this to be a good show, and you did not disappoint.
Oh, well, thank you.
This has been excellent. And
it's hard to live up to your thing.
Sure.
So it's,
no, maybe, yeah, we need to do something with our superpowers.
There you go.
And well, I don't know. Well, your superpower is fiddling, though.
yeah,
so.
I'm lost probably there on that one, but
anyway, we'll have to have you back on again sometime in the future.
Thank you. I'd enjoy
and
that.
do this again.
Thank you.
Again, we do thank Barnwired for being our host venue. And coming up next week, of course, we do this every week here at Barnwired. We've got Iowa country musician Jake Beatty. Jake was on probably about a year ago or so. So Jake making his return to the show. So we'll have him on next Friday from 11:30 to noon. Tomorrow we'll be here live, exact same place for the sports section. We're going to be talking to Tatum Bell from here in Sigourney. She's going to be cheering at the Shrine Bowl coming up this summer, and she's raising funds. We're also going to have the Sigourney golf team, some of the golfers and Coach Zach Tremmel hanging out, and we're getting some other folks planned for the next few weeks for the sports section during this track and golf season. So anyway, tune in for those shows. Neil, we thank you for producing over here off camera. We thank you guys for... wow. Neil's got his own fan club, I guess. We thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching on Facebook and YouTube. And listen to it again in podcast form if you want. Steve Shuttler Media Podcasts, available wherever you get podcasts out there on the world of the internet. And make sure you check out Maxwell's Coffee Cast?
That's right.
The Iowa Coffee Cast.
You got it.
All right. So check that out wherever you get podcasts. All right. Well, thank you once again. Thank you, guys. And we'll do it again next Friday here from Barnwired for the Iowa Music Showcase.